What if Bruce's parents never died? Gotham was still broken. Its streets still whispered fear. But one thing had changed. Bruce Wayne's parents never died that night in Crime Alley. Thomas and Martha Wayne lived on, continuing their work as Gotham's most generous and idealistic citizens. With their love and guidance, Bruce grew up surrounded not by grief, but by purpose. He became an educated, compassionate, and fiercely intelligent young man, a beacon of hope, not vengeance. Without trauma to shape him into the Dark Knight, Bruce never traveled the world to master combat or detective skills. He never became the Bat hiding in the shadows. Instead, he stayed in Gotham, building, not destroying. He used his wealth to fight poverty, his influence to reform law enforcement, and his voice to challenge the corrupt elite. But Gotham remained Gotham. Without Batman, the streets lacked fear. Criminals evolved differently, less theatrical but more organized. The Joker never surfaced, but in his place, the underworld birthed colder monsters. Black Mask grew powerful, Penguin turned political, and the Court of Owls thrived behind their masks. Bruce tried. He gave. He ran for mayor. He built schools and shelters. Yet the rot was deeper than he imagined. Corruption bled into every institution. Then one night, a young boy watched his parents get gunned down in an alley. Bruce stood at the scene, heart shattered. Past he never lived unfolded before him. For the first time in his life, he felt the darkness. He could become the Bat. He had the means, the suit, the tech, but he didn't. Instead, he became something else, a guardian in the light. He built the Wayne Foundation for Justice, created task forces, funded clean policing, and personally mentored the boy who lost his family. In this world, Gotham never got Batman, but maybe, just maybe, it didn't need him. It needed Bruce Wayne, alive, whole, and burning with hope. Gotham was quieter now. No signal in the sky, no wings in the dark, and no painted smile lurking in the alleys. Without Batman, there was no Joker. Jack Napier, failed comedian, petty criminal, a man on the edge, never fell into a vat of chemicals, because there was no Bat to chase him. No rooftop confrontation, no dramatic fall into madness. Instead, Jack disappeared, not into legend, into obscurity. He lived out his days in a rundown apartment in Gotham's East End, flipping through late-night talk shows, waiting for someone to laugh at his jokes. No chaos, no punchline, just a man forgotten by the city and by fate. But Gotham never needed a Joker to decay. In the absence of Batman, something darker took root. Not theatrical villains, no riddles, no clowns, just power, just control. Roman Sionis, the Black Mask, seized the vacuum. His criminal empire didn't care for chaos, it wanted profit. Oswald Cobblepot reinvented himself as a respectable businessman, laundering blood money through political campaigns. The Court of Owls, once dormant, resurfaced, ancient, patient, ready. They whispered in the ears of judges, bought mayors. They didn't need to scare Gotham, they owned it. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne kept building. More hospitals, more shelters, more reforms, but something gnawed at him. For all the progress, the city still felt sick, like a body with no fever. It's something festering inside. He tried everything. He spoke in Congress. He funded task forces. He even built the Gotham Psychological Crisis Network, hoping to catch people like Napier before they broke. But without fear, stalking the night, Gotham's monsters evolved. Sleeker, sharper, invisible. And Napier, he watched from his broken television as Sionis bought the city block by block, as Wayne Tech ads promised a brighter future, as the laughter in his head grew louder and louder, until one night he smiled. In a Gotham without Batman, the Joker didn't fall into madness. He walked into it, willingly and on his own terms. Gotham reached its tipping point. The systems Bruce built, the hospitals, the reform programs, the clean politics, were cracking under pressure. The shadows were crawling back, and this time they were organized. The Joker had returned, not as a clown, but as a ghost, a whisper in every riot, a laugh in every building burned. He had no origin story, only rage. And Bruce, still no cape, still no mask, but he felt it. The city was calling out for something more. Someone else answered. Barbara Gordon, daughter of Police Commissioner Jim Gordon, a prodigy, a genius, a believer. She had seen the corruption from within. She watched Bruce try to save Gotham with laws and kindness, and fail. And she realized what Gotham really needed. Not a billionaire in a boardroom, not a ghost in a cape, but a spark. So she became it. She trained in secret, built her own tech, and on a cold Gotham night, when Joker's followers lit the East End on fire, she rose. Not as Batman, as Batgirl. The people looked up, the criminals looked over their shoulders, and for the first time in years, Gotham remembered what fear felt like. But it wasn't just fear, it was hope. Reborn in the hands of someone new, Bruce watched from afar scar, no jealousy, no regret, just pride. So maybe Batman never came to be, but in the end the bat still rose, because symbols don't die, they evolve, like this timeline. Smash that like button, subscribe for more what if stories, and tell us in the comments. This was Popcornverse, and remember, in every universe, there's a story waiting to be rewritten.